Right now at 8, a person is dead following a Friday night hit and run on Madison's Beltline, what we know this morning. Plus, a jury handing a blow to former President Trump Friday, what they found in his defamation trial against a former magazine columnist.
And it is another foggy start to the morning. We're looking at some clouds and some fog here currently. Looking at another gloomy day. We'll see when we can expect some sunshine coming up.
Good morning and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Saturday, January 27th. Pink Floyd drummer Nick Mason turns 80 today. Let's begin this morning with a look at today's weather with Fourth Floor meteorologist Kelly Slifka. Hi, Kelly. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'd like to see some sun. We've been kind of gloomy the last couple of days. We do have a hope for seeing some sun. We just have to get through some of this fog that we have across the area this morning. Not too bad here in Dane County. Visibility is 1 3/4 miles, but surrounding us, we do have some of the fog. Near zero in Monroe, down to 1/4 mile in Janesville, 1/2 mile in Juneau. You go up toward the Dells, you go up toward La Crosse, visibilities are getting down to 1/4 mile or less. So keep those headlights on, even though the sun is up now. We do have some daylight. Just so people can see you, the fog will continue through the weekend. I don't think it'll be as thick tomorrow morning. Just a little bit of fog tomorrow, keeping us fairly cloudy throughout the weekend. But mild weather will continue all of next week. Very little precipitation going into next week. We may see a little bit of snow or a little bit of rain come Monday night, but after that, it looks like it'll be dry. So a dense fog advisory for all of southern Wisconsin, all the way over toward Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois. So if you are traveling about, just be able to look out for some of that fog. Temperatures are relatively mild, 34 in Madison, 35 in the Dells, 35 in La Crosse. Some locations getting close to freezing, so watch out for potential of a little bit of ice out in some of those untreated surfaces. Temperatures today, though, should be climbing into the mid to upper 30s today with quite a few clouds around. That fog should lift just to some low clouds as we head into the upper 30s a little bit later on this afternoon. So winds will be light, a lot of clouds around with the fog lifting this morning into the afternoon in La Crosse up to about 38 with light northwest winds. We do have a hope for some sunshine next week and even milder weather later in the week. We'll talk about it coming up.
Thank you so much. Now to our top stories here at 8. One person is dead following a Friday night hit and run crash on the US 12 Beltline in Madison. It happened around 10:20 p.m. Madison police saying this morning a person was hit by a vehicle being pronounced dead at the scene. MPD says the vehicle involved in the incident fled the scene and was last seen traveling south on Fish Hatchery Road. They believe the vehicle may have been a blue 2003 to 2009 Lexus GX 470 with likely damage in the front driver's side headlight area. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. Milwaukee received a visit from U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Friday, touring a workforce training facility. Part of her trip also included participating in a roundtable discussion with city leaders. While there, Yellen shared why she believes workforce facilities and programs are important for cities across America.
And funding workforce development through the American Rescue Plan is part of our broader focus on American workers through supporting unions to our long-term agenda.
Yellen's visit to Milwaukee and other parts of Wisconsin was part of a trip to highlight the U.S. economy and President Biden's Investing in America agenda. We're learning exactly how 2 German Shepherds got loose in Janesville, later resulting on one of them being shot by an officer after the pair attacked. Janesville police say the dog's owner had received a warning last April about the dogs running loose, so a fence was installed to keep them in the yard. Police believe the logs were able to manipulate the lock mechanism before opening the gate early Wednesday morning and escaping. An officer responding to the report of aggressive dogs was attacked by the pair and shot one of them in self-defense. La Crosse police are saying a man will be charged in connection with a body discovered last July. Officers arrested 43-year-old Benjamin Thorson for allegedly hiding the body of Julia Hendam, who was found dead near the Bud Hendrickson Trail. Thorson was already arrested in August for drug trafficking charges. Police said Friday the La Crosse County DA's office will be filing an additional charge of hiding a corpse, which carries a Class F felony. Former President Trump is vowing to appeal a verdict ordering him to pay more than $80 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll for defamation. The decision was handed down by a court jury on Friday. Bradley Blackburn has more on what unfolded.
E. Jean Carroll didn't speak as she left the court, but her broad smile spoke volumes after a jury ordered former President Trump to pay her millions for making defamatory statements about her in 2019. The $83.3 million in damages includes $7.3 million for emotional harm, $11 million to help repair her reputation, and $65 million in punitive damages. During the trial, Carroll's attorney had told the jury the one thing Donald Trump cares about is money.
I think it will be difficult to obtain this money, but I think obviously with a verdict this big and with a former president who brags about his wealth, then it is possible.
Trump attended closing arguments but walked out of the courtroom while Carroll's attorney was speaking in a break from decorum in federal court. After the verdict, he posted on social media calling it absolutely ridiculous and vowing to appeal.
We will immediately appeal. We will set aside that ridiculous jury.
Trump's attorneys say they object to limits imposed by the judge on their defense.
There's a good argument that they will make on appeal that the plaintiffs got to bring in almost everything that they wanted to bring in.
The award is on top of a $5 million verdict handed down last year in a separate case brought by Carroll. She accused Trump of sexually assaulting her in a New York department store in the mid-90s, and a jury found Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Legal experts say Carroll won't see any of the money while an appeals process plays out, but Trump will have to hand over the $83 million to the court or obtain a bond to cover it. In other national news, World Wrestling Entertainment founder Vince McMahon has stepped down as executive chairman in the wake of sexual misconduct allegations. In a lawsuit filed Thursday, former WWE employee Janelle Grant says McMahon promised her a job and promotions in exchange for sex. A McMahon spokesperson says the lawsuit is, quote, replete with lies. McMahon previously retired from CEO of the company in July of 2022, but returned to serve as chair of TKO Group's holdings. In 2023, McMahon told the WWE he would reimburse the company more than $17 million for an internal investigation into his alleged misconduct. Stocks finished mostly lower Friday as investors weighed disappointing corporate earnings against strong economic data. The Dow picked up 60 points. However, the NASDAQ lost 55, while the S&P 500 was down by 3. Still, the markets end a strong week with the S&P posting 5 straight record highs. More local news now. A corner on Madison's East Washington Avenue looked quite different yesterday as a global grocery store celebrated its grand opening. Armand Rahman was there to learn more about what Go Grocery hopes to bring to the area.
The grand opening of Go Grocery on East Wash Avenue brought elected officials from across the state and community members. All were hoping this is a sign of change in this part of Madison.
All right.
The aisles of Go Grocery transport many shoppers to their native countries.
So I make sure that we have every kind of fish, halal processed meat for the growing Muslim community and stuff like that. But more so the seasoning and the millet.
As Gambian immigrants, Representative Samba Balde and his co-owner Jere Kujabi hope to provide that piece of home to other newcomers.
It feels like we all belong to this space.
The two raised money for the past 3 years to bring the global grocery store to life.
Our vision for this was very simple. Give people access to good quality food from the state of Wisconsin and globally.
Along with fresh food, they also hope it's a source of jobs for the community.
I was actually chosen to be the sales associate here.
Until now, only fast food and food from gas stations were available on Melinda Sloan's side of the Highway 151-51 intersection, making it a food desert.
We have to afford a car, and if we can't afford a car, we have to walk through, across 2 major highways. So it can get unsafe for us.
The building used to be the Visions nightclub and was notorious for crime, including a shooting inside in 2018. The alder for the 12th district is hopeful more businesses like Go Grocery will help keep the area safe.
But front porch businesses, because they want to, combat the drug dealing or the prostitution that may be going on, or people that are displaced.
The city of Madison was able to help get Go Groceries off the ground with grants through the city's Healthy Retail Access Program and Commercial Ownership Assistance Program. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Time now is 8:08. When we come back, a recall for certain Tesla models plus Boeing planes are back in the skies. And let's take a live look outside. Kelly will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
You may be making New Year resolutions to go to the gym or travel more, but what about updating that old bathroom or outdated kitchen? With Mad City, you can do both. Mad City is Wisconsin's trusted interior remodeling expert for custom walk-in shower solutions and modern kitchen cabinet refacing. It's so affordable, and your project will only take days, not weeks. Call now during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation on a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts. Plus a bonus with your free in-home estimate. Receive a $50 Target gift card and call during this program to receive $500 in Mad City cash with qualifying purchase, good for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Habitat homes are not free. They're built and bought by hardworking families just like yours. Families with jobs, dreams, and a strong determination to create a better future. With stable homes, they can invest more in their health, education, community, and beyond.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the patio. Another foggy morning. We've got the low clouds and fog, and it's been fairly thick in some areas. Not so bad in Madison, but once you get outside of Madison, outside of Dane County, we are seeing some of that fog. That'll be with us again tomorrow morning. Maybe not as widespread or thick, but just kind of gloomy out here for this weekend, but it's going to remain mild. Our only chance of really any kind of precipitation will come in Monday night. Some snow showers, maybe a little bit of rain mixed in with that. And then we're hoping for a weather pattern change and giving us some sun next week. Visibility is down near zero, Mineral Point, Monroe, over to Platteville. So allow some extra time if you are traveling in areas west of Madison this morning. That's where the dense fog is. Visibility is less than a quarter of a mile in the Dells and Lone Rock up through Camp Douglas. And in the La Crosse area, visibility is now at 3/4 of a mile. Temperatures right around 34, 35 degrees for most areas, but it is down to 32. Watch out on some of those sidewalks. You get that snow melting and it runs off along the sidewalk. And that actually brings up some of the colder air that's in the ground. And some of that sometimes can ice over, even though the actual temperature is above freezing. 35 expected this morning, so we'll remain in the mid to upper 30s. A lot of clouds hanging out throughout the afternoon, but it should be a dry day. We are watching that system that'll move in Monday night. So we may actually see a little bit of sunshine Monday. May need those sunglasses, something we haven't needed for a week about. But we are looking at that quick bout of some snow showers, maybe a little bit of rain mixed in. That'll move through around the midnight hour going into a Tuesday morning. Temperatures today should be in the mid to upper 30s most areas. A lot of clouds around. May see a little bit of sun breaking out in northwestern areas of the state. Tonight we're down to about 33 in Madison. It may actually dip below freezing in La Crosse because expecting a little bit of clearing there in the Cooley region a little bit later on tonight. Tomorrow, looking at mostly cloudy skies once again, starting off with a little bit of fog, maybe not as thick as what we're seeing this morning in the mid-30s tomorrow. So our high temperature trend in La Crosse just going to get warmer. Temperatures in the mid to upper 40s by Wednesday through the end of the week, and especially if we get that sunshine, and we'll be losing most of the snow by then. I think our warmest day in Madison will be on Thursday. We have a backdoor cold front that will come in from the north and east and knock our temperatures down a little bit by Friday going into the weekend. So our first warm forecast for La Crosse, the fog this morning, slow to burn off, fairly thick yet for the next couple of hours before it does lift into some low clouds. A little bit of fog tomorrow morning, but may actually see a peak or two of sun tomorrow afternoon in the Coulee region. Temperatures warming through the 40s next week, hoping for some sunshine. In Madison, we are looking at the fog this morning, mainly outside of Dane County, at least for now. May see some of that fog again tomorrow morning. And there's that opportunity for some rain or snow showers developing late Monday night. Once again, very minimal impact with that. That will signify a weather pattern change, and that should allow for some sunshine by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Peak temperature will be on Thursday. Another chance of a shower, it looks like, by Sunday and Monday of the following week.
Kelly, thank you. The FAA has greenlit a path for 737 MAX 9 planes to return to the skies. The Boeing models have been grounded since early this month when a door plug blew off an Alaskan Airlines plane mid-flight. Jen Sullivan looks at what those investigations have found and what aviation officials say about the plane model's safety.
Passengers could soon find themselves on board a 737 MAX plane.
Thanks for flying with us today.
The FAA announcing Wednesday they've cleared a path for the Boeing plane model to return to the skies. 737 MAX 9s have been grounded since early January after a door plug flew off an Alaskan Airlines flight following takeoff, creating this terrifying situation for people on board, raising serious questions about safety. Fortunately, no one was killed. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board launching investigations.
When the NTSB conducts an investigation, we go very broad and we're very meticulous.
The FAA now assuring passengers the plane is safe.
If the aircraft is ungrounded, that means that we believe it's airworthy. And if it's airworthy, the aircraft is safe.
The FAA approved a set of inspection criteria, including on the bolts, fittings, and guide tracks for the door plugs that each of the 171 grounded planes must pass to return to service. Airlines, especially Alaska and United, were forced to cancel hundreds of flights a day because of the grounding. Earlier this week, the CEO of Boeing assuring passengers their planes are safe.
We don't put airplanes in the air that we don't have 100% confidence in.
While the 737 MAX 9s can start returning to the skies, the FAA said it would not grant any production expansion of the 737 MAX lineup while its safety probe of Boeing continues. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Alaskan Airlines says the first of its 737 MAX 9 flights resume flying Friday, while United says they'll plan to return to the skies tomorrow. Still ahead, it's official, the Bucks naming Doc Rivers as their new coach. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Arbo Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 things to watch when we return.
Start your year out on the right foot with a new walk-in shower from Mad City. Choose from several modern designs with a low threshold entrance for easy access. Add grab bars and a safety seat, installed in as little as 1 day. Mad City is your trusted interior remodeling expert, also specializing in kitchen cabinet refacing solutions. Every job is backed with Mad City's double lifetime labor warranty. So make the call now during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation of a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments. There's a bonus. With your free in-home estimate, receive a $50 Target gift card. Plus, call during this program and with your purchase, receive $500 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually, here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy! Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it! 30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Nice shirt.
Oh, thanks.
And those kicks?
Yeah, I got all this at the Salvation Army.
Wait, there's one here in town?
Yeah, I'll take you.
I'm in.
You're gonna love it.
All right. That's it? Brand new?
Now's your chance to save big on brand name clothes, the latest housewares, and brand new shoes.
Running shoes. Air fryers too?
The grand opening of the Salvation Army in Madison, February 2nd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Dabble is a refreshed television destination.
You got to keep it fresh.
Where the fun always flows and everyone is welcome.
The Monsters of Destruction are coming, and coming with a vengeance. Redneck Rampage against the Grain, War Wizard, Double Trouble, and the Veteran are ready to put on one heck of a show. Plus, Freestyle Motocross is back. X-Games rider Willie Elam and friends with action you don't want to miss. Day and night shows ready to blow your mind. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride in a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center February 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
It's been a while since Wisconsin men's basketball has swept Michigan State. You have to go all the way back to the 03-04 season. Now, if you do the math in your head, it's been 20 years. Badgers are going to change that, and they were feeling it from the three-point line. Early first half, A.J. Storr with the step-back triple jack. He had 12 points in the first half, finished with 28. That was from the outside. The inside game was working, too. Stephen Crowell living up to his nickname. Big Steve with the up and under kiss for two. That makes it an 8-point game. Wisconsin also good on the boards. Later in the half, John Blackwell grabs the rebound, then gets the hoop and the harm for three the old-fashioned way. Badgers were flexing on Izzo and Sparty all night long. They led from the opening tip. Wisconsin out-rebounded Michigan State. They got 22 points from their bench and moved to 8-1 in Big Ten play with an 81-66 win.
A lot of good things that I saw tonight. Really proud of our guys of how they, that's as close to a complete 40 minutes as we've had in a while. To have only 6 turnovers, and obviously AJ was the basket looked like the ocean to him. So, but all in all, really, a good team win, and proud of how they competed from start to finish.
It's officially official. Doc Rivers is the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. The former Marquette star brings 24 seasons of head coaching experience to the franchise. Rivers has led his teams to the playoffs 19 times with 2 trips to the NBA Finals, including winning it all with the Celtics in 2008. Big game in the Trailways West. Partyville taking on Randolph in a battle of the top 2 teams in the standings. Bulldogs jumped out early. Ava Wagner banks it home for 2, and don't look now, but Partyville's up on the 3rd-ranked team in Division 5. But that lead wouldn't last long. Lauren Krieger dials one up from deep, and Randolph stays undefeated in conference play with a 40-26 win. For the first time since winning their 7th national championship, the Wisconsin women's hockey team returns to Amsoil Arena. But unlike the last time, they're not facing Minnesota or Ohio State. It's a true road series with Duluth. The Badgers and Bulldogs split in Laban earlier this season. After a scoreless first period, Wisconsin on the attack in the second. Vivian Jungles fires a shot on net, and Casey O'Brien is there to clean up the mess to put UW out in front. Third period now, this one's tied at 1. Badgers on the power play, and Lacey Eden cashes in for Wisconsin. That'd be your game winner. Badgers win their 8th straight, 2-1, the final. The UW men also on the road. Wisconsin taking on Michigan. The Badgers spotted the Wolverines a 3-goal lead. Then they went to work in the third. Jack Horbach lights the lamp to get Bucky on the board, make it a 2-goal game. Well, that's the closest they'd get. Michigan would score 2 more in the period as Wisconsin falls 5-1 the final. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Coming up on 8:23, meteorologist Kelly Slifka. Another morning with some fog. So far, the fog hasn't been too thick here in Madison, much of Dane County, but areas outside of Dane County, especially as you head to the west, we are seeing visibilities down near zero in Mineral Point, Platteville, up through Viroqua, a quarter of a mile in the Dells. So allow some extra time if you're going to be driving this morning. Keep those headlights on so people can see you. We'll see some more fog again tomorrow morning, maybe not as thick as what we're seeing this morning, but we are looking at mild temperatures to continue next week. And other than a chance of a few snow showers or rain showers Monday night, very little precipitation expected over the next week. Do have the dense fog advisory in effect until 10 o'clock. Things should gradually improve. Going to just be another cloudy, gloomy day. 34 right now in Madison, 34 in Monroe, 32 in Viroqua, and 35 right now in La Crosse. So cloudy skies throughout the morning hours and into the afternoon. Another gray sky with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s today. And we are calling for temperatures in the upper 30s with cloudy skies in Madison, La Crosse, getting up to 38 later today.
Kelly, thank you. There's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
I just sometimes want to be alone, where I'm not somebody's wife, not somebody's mother, where I'm not defined by tragedy.
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the series Expats.
You know, Hong Kong was supposed to be a fresh start for me.
A fresh start, really? At 24?
Nicole Kidman stars as a wealthy woman who discovers her life intersecting with 2 other expats in Hong Kong.
No one should ever have to go through what you're going through.
I think we need to think about getting out of here. Because we're drowning and you don't see it.
The minute our feet leave Hong Kong soil, we are abandoning our son.
The first 2 episodes of Expats are streaming on Amazon Prime Video now.
We all need to keep living.
A girl worth riding to is hard to find.
Not if you know where to look.
I'll miss you every second.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the series Masters of the Air.
Been in complete and total air superiority.
The follow-up to Band of Brothers and the Pacific follows a group of airmen fighting Germany in World War II.
All that we do, day in, day out, does something to a guy, doesn't it?
The first 2 episodes of Masters of the Air are streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
Our lives are the sum of our choices.
And newly streaming on Paramount Plus is the film Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
You've no idea the power I represent. It knows your story and how it ends.
In this 7th installment, Tom Cruise is back as Ethan Hunt, along with the rest of the team trying to retrieve a key that will prevent an artificial intelligence from, I don't know, taking over the world or something. I'm just here for the stunts. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning is streaming on Paramount Plus now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
Come on next to look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
The installer was fantastic.
Always smiling when they'd come through, and I appreciated that.
Mad City installs custom baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in tubs. And there's no lengthy remodel, with expert installation in as little as 1 day. Plus, as your trusted interior remodeler, Mad City also specializes in modern kitchen cabinet refacing. Pick up the phone. Call now during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen Sale. Receive free installation of a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments. You'll get a bonus with your free in-home estimate. Receive a $50 Target gift card. Plus, call during this program and with your qualified purchase, receive $500 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs and campgrounds under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Enjoy the great outdoors at the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
It's 8:30 right now. A person is dead following a Friday night hit and run on Madison's Beltline, what we know this morning. Plus, a jury handing a blow to former President Trump Friday, what they found in his defamation trial against a former magazine columnist.
And another morning with some fog. Right now, the visibility not too bad in Madison, but some visibility is getting close to zero. We'll show that to you coming up in just a bit.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is Saturday, January 27th. I'm Kyle Pazarski. It's a foggy start to our weekend. Kelly Slipka is standing by with your first warn weather. Kelly, how are you doing on this foggy Saturday morning?
You know, it's one of those things, it's just been this gray sky. We had the cold weather and the clear skies. Now we got the mild weather and the cloudy skies. Which do you prefer? I prefer the sun, I guess, but I would like to get in between. But right now we have the fog due to the snow melting that we've had over the past week or so. Visibility to the west down to a quarter of a mile in the Dells, Lone Rock, also in Camp Douglas, Mineral Point near zero. Same goes for Platteville, Monroe, and Janesville near a half of a mile. So thicker fog down to the south and also off to the west of Madison this morning. Kind of got a little bit of a break here in Dane County. All of us have a dense fog advisory up until 10 o'clock, so another hour and a half. We are looking at the fog this morning, and we'll see more fog again tomorrow morning, maybe not as thick, as widespread as what we're seeing this morning. Mild weather continues right through next week. Really our only system that'll bring us any kind of precipitation, some light rain or light snow coming in Monday night. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty dry weather pattern setting up. We're at 34 right now in Madison, 35 in the Dells, La Crosse at 35, down to 32 in Viroqua, and also Mineral Point. So if you are walking on some of those sidewalks, you get that snow melt out there, be a little bit cautious. May run into a little bit of patchy ice on the sidewalks this morning. Cloudy skies, and once we get rid of the fog, that'll lift into some low clouds, and we'll be stuck in the clouds throughout the afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, running about 10 degrees warmer than what we are typical for this time of January. Almost headed into February here. Looking at cloudy skies after the fog this morning, is winds will be light out of the north. And in La Crosse, we should get up to 38. We do have a system that will bring us a little bit of rain and snow. We'll track it for you coming up in about 15 minutes.
Kelly, thank you. Now to our top stories this half hour. One person is dead following a Friday night hit and run crash on the US 12 Beltline in Madison. It happened at around 10:20 p.m. Madison police saying this morning a person was hit by a vehicle, being pronounced dead at the scene. MPD says the vehicle involved in the incident fled the scene and was last seen traveling south on Fish Hatchery Road. They believe the vehicle may have been a blue 2003 to 2009 Lexus GX 470 with likely damage in the front driver's side headlight area. And if you have any information, you are asked to contact the Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. La Crosse police are saying a man will be charged in connection with a body discovered last July. Officers arrested 43-year-old Benjamin Thorson for allegedly hiding the body of Julia Hendam, who was found dead near the Bud Hendrickson Trail. Thorson was already arrested in August for drug trafficking charges, but police said Friday the La Crosse County DA's office will be filing additional charges of hiding a corpse, which carries a Class F felony. Former President Trump is vowing to appeal a verdict ordering him to pay more than $80 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll for defamation. The decision was handed down by a jury in New York Friday. Bradley Blackburn has more on what unfolded.
E. Jean Carroll didn't speak as she left the court, but her broad smile spoke volumes after a jury ordered former President Trump to pay her millions for making defamatory statements about her in 2019. The $83.3 million in damages includes $7.3 million for emotional harm, $11 million to help repair her reputation, and $65 million in punitive damages. During the trial, Carroll's attorney had told the jury the one thing Donald Trump cares about is money.
I think it will be difficult to obtain this money, but I think obviously with a verdict this big and with a former president who brags about his wealth, then it is possible.
Trump attended closing arguments but walked out of the courtroom while Carroll's attorney was speaking in a break from decorum in federal court. After the verdict, he posted on social media calling it absolutely ridiculous and vowing to appeal.
We will immediately appeal. We will set aside that ridiculous jury.
Trump's attorneys say they object to limits imposed by the judge on their defense.
There's a good argument that they will make on appeal that the plaintiffs got to bring in almost everything that they wanted to bring in.
The award is on top of a $5 million verdict handed down last year in a separate case brought by Carroll. She accused Trump of sexually assaulting her in a New York department store in the mid-90s, and a jury found Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Legal experts say Carroll won't see any of the money while an appeals process plays out, but Trump will have to hand over the $83 million to the court or obtain a bond to cover it. In other national news, World Wrestling Entertainment founder Vince McMahon has stepped down as executive chairman in the wake of sexual misconduct allegations. In a lawsuit filed Thursday, former WWE employee Janelle Grant says McMahon promised her a job and promotions in exchange for sex. A McMahon spokesperson says the lawsuit is, quote, with lies. McMahon previously retired from CEO of the company in July of 2022, but returned to serve as chair of TKO Group Holdings. In 2023, McMahon told the WWE he would reimburse the company more than $17 million for an internal investigation into his alleged misconduct. Stocks finished mostly lower Friday as investors weighed disappointing corporate earnings against strong economic data. The Dow picked up 60 points. However, the Nasdaq lost 55, while the S&P 500 was down by 3. Still, the markets end a strong week with the S&P 500 posting 5 straight record highs. Talks between the White House and Senate continue on Capitol Hill over security at the U.S.-Mexico border. But there are now concerns top Republicans may be trying to kill a possible bipartisan deal before any details have been laid out. Willie James Inman has the story.
Bipartisan talks in the Senate over how to fix the nation's broken immigration system hit a speed bump.
We feel that it's been happening in a good faith nature, and these negotiations about policy changes, obviously, and also funding resources.
While no text has been released yet, former President Donald Trump, the likely Republican presidential nominee, has already come out against a potential deal. In a letter to House Republicans Friday, House Speaker Mike Johnson also blasted a potential plan, writing in part, "If rumors about the contents of the Senate draft proposal are true, it would have been dead on arrival in the House."
House Republicans, they have a choice to make, right? They have to choose whether they want to solve a problem or, get in the way.
Speaker Johnson says his chamber will move as soon as possible on whether to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over the Biden administration's handling of the U.S.-Mexico border.
It's not like we don't have
a process at the border, and there is a challenge there, and the president does want to get more Border Patrol agents.
Texas has become a flashpoint in the crisis, particularly at Shelby Park and Eagle Pass. The state has refused to remove razor wire fencing and other barriers at the site to impede illegal immigration, despite a ruling this week from the Supreme Court. The Biden administration is demanding Border Patrol agents be given immediate access to the park to help process migrants. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Time now is 8:38. Still ahead, Kelly will have another check of your forecast. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
Get a new shower for the new year with one call to Mad City. Choose from modern wall colors including Canyon Rock, Othello, and Evo, infused with microban for easy cleaning. And if your kitchen needs updating, Mad City also specializes in custom kitchen cabinet refacing. Plus, with our price lock guarantee, receive a free design consultation and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Time is running out to call during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation of a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments, senior and military discounts, plus a bonus. With your free in-home estimate, receive a $50 Target gift card. And last chance to call during this program to receive $500 in Mad City cash with qualifying purchase, good for future home improvements. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models. Or get $500 cash allowance, plus current Chevy owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Okay, so I'm not sure I could even talk about this, but US Cellular has a new deal where you can get any phone for free. Seriously, wow.
You're so right. That's a totally awesome deal.
I know it's not my business, but I just had to tell you.
My business sense says that's a great deal.
Yeah, maybe we should all keep this to ourselves. No selfies.
Excuse me, it's work. Talk to me.
What a boss.
Get any phone free when you switch to US Cellular. US Cellular, built for us.
Monday at 6, meet a local veteran giving back to others in the spirit of service.
It's a way of thanking them, but it's way more than that.
We'll learn about the unique bonding trips that help him carry out his mission and the life-changing event that drives him. Monday at 6.
Help St. Vincent de Paul and News 3 Now give neighbors in need a warm night's sleep. The last weekend in January, donate new or gently used blankets at St. Vinny's and local drop-off sites. Or give to the online blanket fund. Join us and recycle the warmth.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka. Another foggy start to our morning. Visibility is down near zero off to the west, and that's why we do have dense fog advisories in effect until 10 o'clock. Keep those headlights on, even with the daylight out there, because that fog is fairly thick. And this is just so you can be seen with visibilities getting below 1/4 mile for many. All right, we do have the fog. That'll continue throughout the weekend, mainly in the morning hours. And I think tomorrow morning it won't be quite as thick as today, but still noticeable. It's going to be mild right through next week. And other than a weak system passing through, maybe a little bit of rain or snow coming our way Monday night, it's going to be pretty dry much of next week. 34 in Madison, 35 in La Crosse, 35 in the Dells. Looking at cloudy skies after the fog lifts into some low clouds. We should be warming into the mid to upper 30s. 37 in Madison, 38 this afternoon, running about 10 degrees warmer than our average for this time of the year, but it's just going to be kind of a cloudy sky. With the north winds light at 5 miles per hour in Madison, cloudy skies, and in La Crosse, we'll see that northwest wind around 5-6 miles per hour. Highs get up to 38. We do have a system that may bring in a little bit of rain or snow on Monday night. We'll take a look at that coming up.
Kelly, thank you. When it comes to the common cold, it's a story that's passed through generations. Vitamin C can prevent or cure symptoms, but is it fact or just fiction? Dr. Jesse Bracamonte with the Mayo Clinic says while there's no research proving vitamin C can stop you from getting sick or feeling it, it's still an important part of your health. Vitamin C can be found in foods like citrus fruits, berries, peppers, tomatoes, and broccoli.
It helps collagen formation. It helps tissues heal. It helps protein and muscle form and stay healthy. It helps your immune system work well. So that's what vitamin C does.
If you want to get more vitamin C, Dr. Bracamonte says supplements may be helpful, but to see a doctor before taking them. Still ahead, the Bucks have a new coach. Zach has that. And let's take a live look outside. Kelly will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Let's go! Leave running behind. The turbocharged Volkswagen Atlas. Visit your local Volkswagen dealer for 4.9% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2024 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's Miss Pac-Man, the new $3 instant scratch game based on the classic arcade game. Scratch each start position in the grid and follow the directions of the symbols. If your path runs into a bonus symbol or ends at a prize spot, you could win up to $30,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is this weekend only in the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Millions of inventory must be sold. Prices are slashed up to 60% off retail, so save thousands. Save big on new hot tubs, spas, and saunas. Plus, see the Michael Phelps Signature Swim Spas by Master Spas.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Join the swimming revolution.
The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show this weekend only in the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Visit 800spasale.com.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. CeraVe with 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture and we can feel it long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
We warn you first. The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gave you the earliest heads up when winter storms and bitter cold were on the way. First, with the information you need to be prepared and stay safe. First Warn Weather.
Let me help you with that. I'm good, man. Thanks. Are you sure?
Everyone can use a little help. Volkswagen Tiguan with front assist. Get 1.9% APR financing for 48 months on a new 2024 Tiguan SE for Emotion or lease one for $339 a month. Limited inventory available.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the patio. We continue to shrink our snowpack out here. Of course, with that melting snow, we've been having to deal with fog just about every morning this week. And it looks like we do have a little bit of fog. Right now in Madison, it isn't too thick. We're currently just looking at cloudy skies, but some of that fog may be developing here over the next hour or so. We still have the fog this morning and again, probably tomorrow morning, maybe not as thick as what we're seeing in some areas this morning. The only chance of precipitation will be coming in Monday night, a little bit of rain or snow mix. That'll move fairly quickly, and otherwise it can be dry, and we continue with the mild weather pattern. In fact, it may actually get a little bit warmer. Right now, the visibility, as mentioned, we kind of got this donut hole where it isn't too bad in Madison, 1.75 miles, but you go around Dane County, down to the south in Janesville, Monroe, looking at visibilities down to a half mile near zero at Mineral Point and Platteville. If you are headed northward up toward the Dells, 1/4 mile, or in the La Crosse area, visibilities near zero in Viroqua, 3/4 mile in La Crosse. Temperatures right now, 34 in Madison, 35 in the Dells, 35 in La Crosse. So we're relatively mild. You know, we kind of lucked out. This is a storm system is going to be staying to our south. We've had these storm systems basically eyeing us over the last week, but it looks like this one that's going to be moving right now through the mid-Mississippi Valley, the St. Louis area, that's going to head to the northeast and hit the northeast later this weekend. And we're just seeing clouds around here and not expecting any precipitation. So generally a cloudy sky today after we lift the fog. Temperatures rising in the mid to upper 30s this afternoon. But as we go into a Monday, especially Monday night, we're going to be watching a system coming in from the north. This is different than we had last week when our systems were coming in from the south. Had a lot of moisture to work with. This one does not, and it doesn't have any really cold air to work with, but we are expecting a band of some either rain or snow showers to move through about the midnight hour. Then it's out of here. This should change our weather pattern, allowing for a little bit drier air to come in and may actually get some sunshine. And it'll be nice because our sunsets now is after 5 o'clock. Temperatures today up to 37 in Madison and also La Crosse will drop down into the lower 30s most locations. Though we'll see a little bit of clearing in the La Crosse area in the Cooley region, so it will be a little bit cooler in the upper 20s waking up tomorrow morning. Probably start off with some fog tomorrow, but then we'll look at mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 30s. The above average temperatures are going to continue. We're going to leave January and start February well above average. You can see much of the country, excluding the West Coast, above average. And after being so wet and unsettled last week, we're looking at a dry weather pattern setting up going into next week. All right, for La Crosse, 38 today with the fog burning off, just giving us cloudy skies. 37 tomorrow. May see a little bit of sun tomorrow afternoon in the La Crosse area. That'll continue into Monday. Otherwise, look at these 40s showing up next week as we melt most of the snow on the ground. Madison, generally cloudy today and tomorrow. Hope for some sunshine, at least briefly on Monday before that chance of rain and snow moves in Monday night. 45 on Thursday. A backdoor cold front comes in next weekend, drops our temperatures a little bit, and maybe bring in a brief shower. It looks like Sunday and Monday.
It's been a while since Wisconsin men's basketball has swept Michigan State. You have to go all the way back to the 03-04 season. Now, if you do the math in your head, it's been 20 years. Badgers are going to change that, and they were feeling it from the three-point line. Early first half, A.J. Storr with the step-back triple jack. He had 12 points in the first half, finished with 28. That was from the outside. The inside game was working, too. Stephen Crowell living up to his nickname. Big Steve with the up and under kiss for two. That makes it an 8-point game. Wisconsin also good on the boards. Later in the half, John Blackwell grabs the rebound, then gets the hoop and the harm for three the old-fashioned way. Badgers were flexing on Izzo and Sparty all night long. They led from the opening tip. Wisconsin out-rebounded Michigan State. They got 22 points from their bench and moved to 8-1 in Big Ten play with an 81-66 win.
A lot of good things that I saw tonight. Really proud of our guys of how they, that's as close to a complete 40 minutes as we've had in a while. To have only 6 turnovers, and obviously AJ was the basket looked like the ocean to him. So, but all in all, really, a good team win, and proud of how they competed from start to finish.
It's officially official. Doc Rivers is the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. The former Marquette star brings 24 seasons of head coaching experience to the franchise. Rivers has led his teams to the playoffs 19 times with 2 trips to the NBA Finals, including winning it all with the Celtics in 2008. Big game in the Trailways West. Partyville taking on Randolph in a battle of the top 2 teams in the standings. Bulldogs jumped out early. Ava Wagner banks it home for 2, and don't look now, but Partyville's up on the 3rd-ranked team in Division 5. But that lead wouldn't last long. Lauren Krieger dials one up from deep, and Randolph stays undefeated in conference play with a 40-26 win. For the first time since winning their 7th national championship, the Wisconsin women's hockey team returns to Amsoil Arena. But unlike the last time, they're not facing Minnesota or Ohio State. It's a true road series with Duluth. The Badgers and Bulldogs split in Laban earlier this season. After a scoreless first period, Wisconsin on the attack in the second. Vivian Jungles fires a shot on net, and Casey O'Brien is there to clean up the mess to put UW out in front. Third period now, this one's tied at 1. Badgers on the power play, and Lacey Eden cashes in for Wisconsin. That'd be your game winner. Badgers win their 8th straight, 2-1, the final. The UW men also on the road. Wisconsin taking on Michigan. The Badgers spotted the Wolverines a 3-goal lead. Then they went to work in the third. Jack Horbach lights the lamp to get Bucky on the board, make it a 2-goal game. Well, that's the closest they'd get. Michigan would score 2 more in the period as Wisconsin falls 5-1 to the final. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
You can feel it when your dream becomes a pursuit. And with vitiligo, the pursuit for your pigment is no exception. It's time you had a proven choice to help restore what's yours. Opzelura is the first and only FDA-approved prescription treatment for non-segmental vitiligo. Proven to help repigment skin over time. Restoring what's yours. It's possible with a steroid-free cream that you can apply yourself.
Opzelura can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB or hepatitis B or C. Serious lung infections, skin cancer, blood clots, and low blood cell counts occurred with Opzelura. In people taking JAK inhibitors, serious infections, increased risk of death, lymphoma, other cancers, and major cardiovascular events have occurred. The most common side effects were acne and itching where applied.
Repigmentation is possible. Ask your dermatologist today about starting or refilling Opzelura. Pursue it.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard-to-open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life Celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado models. Or get $6,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
And finally this morning, the Henry Vaz Zoo is gearing up to move one of its largest residents next month. Male polar bear Borealis, otherwise known as Bo, will be moving to another zoo to breed. There is not a set date for when Bo will be moved, but it's expected to be sometime mid-February to line up with polar bear breeding season. Don't worry though, the zoo has another polar bear, a female named Barrett, who is sticking around. The zoo is working to bring in another bear to join her by year's end.
I was going to say, they need company, don't they?
Yeah, they need company. Anyway, let's get one final check of the forecast, Kelly.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of fog this morning. I actually saw a little bit of sun. What do you know here in Madison? Just kind of breaking through some of these clouds, at least for now, but I think it's going to be temporary, unfortunately. Quarter-mile visibility in Lone Rock down to 0 in Mineral Point, and also Viroqua, 3/4-mile visibility in La Crosse. Dense fog advisory in effect for another hour or so. That fog should lift, but cloudy skies. Temperatures climb into the middle to upper 30s today, 38 in La Crosse this afternoon. Maybe a little bit of sunshine tomorrow in La Crosse, some drier air trying to work in, and 40s expected next week. In Madison, I don't think we'll see any sun until possibly on Monday, at least a few peaks of sun. Better chances by Tuesday and Wednesday, could be up to 45 before a backdoor cold front arrives by Friday.
Thank you so much, Kelly. We are back here tomorrow morning at 6:30. See you then.